I was one thing I hate about jobs. You could work at a job for 10 years and be in the same position. Oh my god. I chose this video because this video was not only scary, but terrifying. Like, my experience is... it's too much.
I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears. A job! This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life, whether we like it or not. And most of the time, we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work, I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity.
But for real, nobody do want to get a job. That's why I'm trying to stream and stuff. Cause I don't want a job.
To get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Cause most of us see jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for a billion.
That's one thing I hate about jobs. You could work at a job for 10 years and be in the same position. And over all 10 years, you probably make like $1 million. I get broke my mic.
$1 billion company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9 to 5 at a warehouse lifting boxes. I don't mean any disrespect, but am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your...
That I don't want to do personally. Living with my parents for the rest of my life now. I gotta have my own house. I gotta do my own things.
The time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels. Nah, that's too much. But eventually you want to get your own stuff. You know, young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually we all have to get a...
Eventually, yes, you will. I might get a job over summer if this don't work out. Unless y'all want to donate. Like, donate. You know, it's... If you click on my page, you know what I'm saying? You can donate. It's free. Well, it's not free. It's it's free to click on the page, but it's not free to donate. The minimum is like $3. That's all I'm asking for, $3.
It's a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear, you could send 100 applications to 100 different places.
I just get to the next video. When I tell y'all, my brothers have personal experience in this. He sent out so many applications, still to this day, don't have a job. So many applications. Like, what's the point of posting a job application if you're not actually hiring? What's the point of having a sign in front saying you hiring if you're not hiring? Like, what's the point?
I swear, you could send 100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people. But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait, just to mess with people or steal your info. Not only that, if this is your first job, you're gonna have a harder time because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience.
Yeah, they ask for job experience. To get your first job, you need job experience. Meaning, you need to work as an intern, which is basically you work for them free. You get job experience for like a year or two or a few months just so you can get the job and start working to get paid.
Like, isn't that what this job is for? How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn. You got a bachelor's, master's, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for a dream job to your dream company. They write back to you saying, we've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for, so get the fuck on.
Like,
back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business? Y'all hiring. Like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get
money? What?
Work done? Money? What else am I here for? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Here?
Hopefully not here. That's just me.
Hopefully making more money. Like some of these questions that I heard they be asking are self-explanatory. Like y'all know the answers to these questions. Why y'all asking? And then when you go to do it in person, they be like, "Oh, we hiding online. Oh, scan this QR code. Oh, we not hiding." Like online, it says you hiding.
Me being honest with my answers. What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask. You have to make yourself look as good as possible. So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say absolutely. I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations.
That's exactly what internship is.
Congratulations, you have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week, you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Jiggle my balls.
They can make or break this whole thing.
In certain customers.
If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing. That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders, I would mess up orders, and one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding.
When I tell you, I might have walked out of that wedding that day.
Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kinda jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those trays are mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always a vibe and a good time. They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a Sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m. Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice. Yes. Sometimes. I've had to serve some aggressive people.
Yeah, it's definitely the people you serve and your employee.
People at some point.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What can I get out here for free? You a bitch.
If I had trash co-workers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job.
I didn't even notice you commented, yo.
I have zero patience for bullshit. Literally. Like example, the first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no co-workers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad.
One job I would never work, and I stamped this till the day I die, is a janitor, especially not in school. Because I see the messes they be having in those school bathrooms, and when I tell you, you will never catch me cleaning up one of them. You will never catch me cleaning up out of the sink. Somebody actually in the sink. You'll never catch me cleaning that up. I'll die on that.
Bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms. So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking, I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo. Man, I'm not. Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App? Man, I had to go. I only worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for 1 day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations? That's false advertising. So I left. That wasn't really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer. That's when I started my waiting job and YouTube, and now here I am, unemployed since. I'm just saying I can understand the struggles of looking for and having a job, especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun when you have stuff to fall back on. If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction. Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life. The American dream! So when looking for a job, make sure to get one that you like if you have the privilege to do.
Yeah. Anyways, though, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I got a few more videos to react to.